Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into neuro symbolic AI today, and you've sent us some seriously cool stuff on it.
It's blowing up right now, and for good reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like we're on the edge of something big.
Definitely. Neurosymbolic AI could be the key, unlocking things we haven't been able to in AI.
So, two big approaches are merging here, right? Neural networks, learn to like our brains, and then symbolic AI, all about logic.
Exactly. It's combining their strengths.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
So traditional neural networks, your deep learning stuff, and purely symbolic AI, they both have limits.
Right, like they each have their specialty.
Yeah, deep learning is great at patterns, but ask it to explain itself, abstract reasoning, it hits a wall.
Like it can solve crazy equations but can't tell you how it got there.
Exactly. And then symbolic AI loves logic, but real-world data, it's too messy.
Too much chaos for all those perfect symbols.
Totally, like fitting square pegs in round holes. So neither one's the full package, you see.
Okay, so where does neurosymbolic AI come in? It's the fusion, right?
Right. It's blending them. So AI can do both. Patterns, A&D, abstract ideas like imagine a computer, not just recognizing a cat, but getting the concept of pet.
Whoa, okay, now that's interesting. That's how we crack artificial general intelligence, yeah.
Yeah.
The adaptable AI we see in movies.
Let's not jump ahead, but it's definitely seen as a potential path to AGI, AI that's got the same cognitive scope as humans. To get even close to us, AI needs to learn, reason, adapt just like we do. And neurosymbolic AI, that blend of patterns and abstract reasoning, it gets us closer.
Right, okay, so we're moving in the right direction, but how do you even start merging these two? Neural networks and symbolic AI seem like they're from different planets.
That's where it gets really cool. Lots of ways to integrate them. It's like a spectrum of possibilities.
Okay, so like what? Give me an example.
One way, using symbolic techniques to guide neural networks, like in AlphaGo, you know, the AI that mastered Go.
Oh, right, that was huge, beating a world champ at Go. How does that fit with neurosymbolic AI?
AlphaGo's win, that was this blend in action. Using symbolic techniques to guide the neural network's decisions, it could analyze moves way more efficiently.
So instead of going through every single possible move, it's like thinking strategically.
Yeah, like giving the AI intuition so it can focus, like a human expert would.
That's incredible. So it's not just brute force, it's making smart choices.
Exactly. And it doesn't end there. You can flip it around too. Use neural networks to handle data, then use symbolic reasoning on top.
So it's like having the best tool for the job.
Yeah, like a mastercraft person.
Okay, that makes sense, but this is all theoretical, right?
Yeah.
Any real-world neurosymbolic AI out there?
Absolutely. You might be surprised to hear, but look at large language models. Like ChatGPT, they could use symbolic reasoning.
Wait, ChatGPT is already doing insane things. How would this be any different?
So ChatGPT and the others, they're mainly deep learning, right? But we could enhance them with plugins that use symbolic reasoning engines, give them the ability to process language, but also get the logic behind it.
So instead of just the next word, ChatGPT could understand what the words actually mean.
Exactly. They could reason, check facts, make better decisions, stuff deep learning alone can't do.
That's wild. Okay, so intriguing applications. But this fusion, it's got to come with challenges, right?
For sure. One of the biggest is figuring out how to represent symbolic knowledge in a way that neural networks can understand.
Because neural networks, they love their numbers, and symbolic knowledge, that's all concepts and relationships.
Exactly. Like translating between two totally different languages.
Trying to teach a neural network grammar, not just words.
Yeah. Bridging the tangible and the abstract. And that is not easy.
I can imagine. But even with all that, this feels groundbreaking, like pushing the limits of what AI can do.
Totally. AGI, it's always been about more than just tasks. It's about systems that understand the world, reason, and navigate it like we do.
So not just following instructions, but getting the why behind them.
Yes. AI that can handle nuance, the unexpected, all the things that make the real world what it is. To get there, we got to move beyond our current limitations. Neurosymbolic AI, it gives us that potential.
So it's about AI thinking less like machines and more like us.
Exactly.
But this isn't just about smarter machines, right? What does this kind of leap actually change in the real world?
You're right. It's bigger than just smarter. It's like opening up this whole new era of possibilities everywhere. Imagine AI working with scientists, solving these massive problems, new medicines, climate change.
Well, yeah.
AI that personalizes education, fits each student perfectly, even AI art taken to a whole other level.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. But come on, anything this powerful, there's got to be a downside,
So
right? What are the challenges with this kind of advanced AI?
Such a crucial point. As we go deeper with neurosymbolic AI, we got to be careful, responsible. We talked about implementation, but the ethical stuff, that's even bigger.
Right, making sure it's used for good.
Exactly. AI that reasons, learns complex stuff. We have to watch for bias, make sure it's fair, transparent, and always think about the impact on society. It's a lot.
Yeah, with great power. Right. And we're talking potentially changing the world here.
Absolutely. Can't take this lightly. Researchers, policymakers, ethicists, everyone needs to be talking. We need open discussions, questioning everything, working together so this tech matches our values.
A path we walk carefully down, making sure this tech helps humanity, not the other way around. You mentioned earlier that neurosymbolic AI, it might be necessary,
Yeah.
but not enough for artificial general intelligence. What did you mean by that?
Ah, that's important. So neurosymbolic AI, it solves some big problems with today's AI, but real human intelligence, that's huge and complex.
Right, there's so much more to us than we realize.
Exactly. It's not just logic, patterns, it's a whole bunch of things. Language, perception, how we understand each other, emotions, even intuition, creativity.
Look, we've unlocked one door, but there's this whole mansion of rooms still to go.
That's a great way to put it. And each room, new challenges, new opportunities. Neurosymbolic AI gives us amazing tools, but it's not the finish line. We're barely scratching the surface.
A journey, not a destination.
I like that. And this journey, it brings up some deep questions. What does thinking even mean for a machine? Where is the line between artificial and real intelligence? We might have to rethink what intelligence means entirely.
That is a mind-blowing thought to leave our listeners with. It really makes you question everything, huh?
Eh.
So where do we even go from here with neurosymbolic AI? What's next?
Well, it's still early days, you know? There's so much we don't know yet.
Right, like uncharted territory.
Exactly. But that's what makes it exciting, right? One of the biggest things, we got to figure out how to represent common sense knowledge, you know? Things humans just get.
Like the stuff that's so obvious we don't even realize we know it.
Exactly. Teaching that to a machine, that's tough.
I bet. I can barely explain it myself.
Right. And it's not just about knowledge, it's how we learn, how we reason. It's all connected.
So neurosymbolic AI, it's a journey, but it's also pushing us to understand ourselves better, in a way.
I think so, yeah. It's like holding a mirror up to our own intelligence.
That's a great way to put it. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. Mind-blowing, really.
I agree. Really makes you think.
It does. For our listeners, if you want to explore even more, we'll have links to some of the research we talked about in the show notes.
Always good to dig deeper.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe by the time we revisit this topic, neurosymbolic AI will have surprised us all over again.
I wouldn't bet against it.
Me neither. Thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been a wild ride.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure.